display suspect behavior.
Did you call him a light-skinned girl?
No, I call him a pretty albino girl. It's a difference.
You definitely call him Princess Boy.
I call him Princess Boy. I think he looks like a thumb with eyebrows.
Yes.
Yes, but I never called him gay. But he does display suspect behavior. Like, for example, when he said this about Lil Wayne.
Wayne is my favorite person, though, because it's just, Lil Wayne's just too good.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
What do you think of the Great White Hope? What's that? President Trump. Amazing.
No, you're keeping down.
We will still be searching for Spanish flowers. and what was the old story was, if you took a little drop, it was on the head of the pin. And you put it in there. It doesn't make it, and the girl would drink it, and she said, "Hello, America."
There's a slight problem with the sweating, because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time.
Well, he's dead, so, in general, you always have to be careful.
Shit. So you was in jail for 2 murders?
Yeah, 1 murder and 2 attempts. I just beat.
How you beat that?
Yeah,
I mean, you didn't do it, clearly.
Welcome back to What's Niggling Me. This is part 2 of separating the art from the artist. I got my brother off here to the side. Alright, Rye, I got you here. You hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, let me tell you about the guy that I brought up yesterday. The only reason that I clicked on him to see who it was, because I thought it was Terry Rozier's dad or something, or because this guy's last name was Rozier, and I was like, oh, is this guy related to Scary Terry? And he's not. Robert Ernest Rozier Jr., though. Hey, this is what it says. Is an American murderer and former professional defensive end in gridiron football. Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
That's fucked up. Gridiron?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
That's what they would call the football field, the gridiron. But
Oh, yeah, okay.
but it's so weird to word it like that. But okay, he was born in Alaska, but raised in Cali. After meeting Yahweh Ben Yahweh in 1982, by 86, Rozier had become member of the Nation, a religious movement that teaches that American blacks are the true Jews. He donated all of his possessions and took the name Nariah Israel.
What's the word Jew mean then?
I don't know. Someone would like to put in the comments. In an effort to join Yahweh's Brotherhood, a secret group of tall, muscular young men available for discreet missions, Rozier undertook the initiation of killing random white devils. This group was serious. At 86, in Miami, he followed a drunk white man to his apartment and killed him and his roommate with a 12-inch Japanese knife. Bro, this guy was in the NFL.
Jesus Christ.
September 5th, months later, Rozier and another member killed an unconscious 61-year-old Raymond Kelly who was parked in a bar parking lot. The two men cut the victim's ear off to show Ben Yahweh. When they lost it, though, they went back and cut off the other. 15 days later, Rozier and 3 others killed 45-year-old Cecil Branch, stabbing him 25 times. October 31st. A lot of killings in this year. October 31st, He shoots 2 guys to death, and Rozier's charged with 1 count of first-degree murder. When he was arrested, he told the police he was 404 years old and couldn't remember his life before conversion.
What?
This nation of Yahweh, they must like go by different years or something, or different calendar. You know what I mean?
You're saying he's not 400 and something years old? You're saying he's not 400 and something years old?
Yeah.
You don't know if those black Israelites have like a serum.
Well, he is still in jail because he flipped on the nation of Yahweh, and bro,
Traitor.
and he's still got 22 years in jail.
Yeah, you won't get life, but you'll get this.
Okay, but then it's not over. Tell me a lot about the nation of Yahweh, but not even just his stuff. But he did it in Florida, right? In Florida, that's where Melly is, and that they got the worst spots. Like they got some pretty harsh sentencing. So he got witness protection because he flipped on him, right? When he finally got out in 96 after 10 years, he was paroled under a new name, Robert Ramses. He got indicted for a murder he committed 2 years before all those other murders. In 1999, like 14 years later, they figured out he killed people back in 84.
That's actually fucked.
Then in the next year, the prosecutors dropped the charges on him, said not enough evidence because a person had died, one person was deported, and the other one was unreliable. But then he was arrested for bouncing a $66 check in 1999.
He bouncing it.
Like he cashed a check. Yeah, he cashed a check and it bounced. Like he probably
$66.
Hey, $66 in California. That's his third.
Yeah.
That's his third strike. Bail set at $10 million. Wasn't gonna be able to pay it.
And you have $66.
At the conclusion of his trial, Rozier was convicted of bouncing 27 checks, but it was that one that burned him. So then they rounded all. They probably fucking went and watched the cameras and stuff. $2,200 total. 25 years to life he got. Because of the third strike, bro. He got less time for the fucking murdering than he's getting for these checks. He's in prison. He's imprisoned in Mule Creek State Prison.
Just a fucking idiot, eh?
Yeah. Was a really good athlete. When I did read about his athletics, he was a really good athlete, okay? He was a really good athlete. I read about his athletics, and he was, like, great at all sports and stuff, like, super athletic.
That was the thing to do back in the day, though, right? Bounce checks.
Yeah.
That was the thing to do.
I'm telling you, you probably never seen it because it's older, but Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio, it's one of the best movies. It's fucking super, like, just a cool movie of him.
When did it come out?
Huh?
What year?
I'll say that could be around the year 2000, but it's a true story of a person that assumed a bunch of identities and went all around the world assuming a bunch of identities. That was like really good at forging checks and stuff. Like ended up buying like a printing press type of deal to like do this. Like, but this guy was a pilot, bro. This guy was everything, bro. This guy went around the world. Pretty cool. Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah, it's one of his best movies, I think. Catch Me If You Can.
I remember there Amherstburg that was a few years younger than me. He had a money printer. He was printing fake money to people in Amherstburg and Windsor.
Dumb.
This kid was younger than me. I remember he got caught too. I remember the whole process that he got caught too.
Dumb.
And he had like a I don't know, I forget what they were saying, like $10,000 printer or something back then. Like, I was young. Like 10 years ago.
You remember yesterday I told you about the girl that lied about the Duke lacrosse players?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about what she did. She's not, there's no art there. Okay? But let me tell you, she didn't just do that, bro. She did that. She's in jail, not for that, bro. She's in jail because in 2013 she was found guilty of second-degree murder after she stabbed her boyfriend Reginald Day, who died 10 days after. She was convicted and sentenced to 14 to 18 years in prison. Previously, though, in 2010, she was charged with attempted murder of her then live-in partner, Milton Walker. Bro, this is all after in 2006 is when she claimed that these 3 guys on the Duke lacrosse team raped her. And
this is crazy.
4 years after that, she gets attempted murder. And then 3 years after that, she murders the next boyfriend. Or there could have been other ones during that.
What a psycho.
Psycho, bro. A psycho. Hey, can you see? I'll show the camera here. And then I probably can't show you. I have no clue how to show you this person. You look her up. I can't even show you. Crystal Magnum. That's the name, I swear. It's gonna pop up. And then
you have to type in Magnum there. Oh my god.
B.A.
This is psycho bitch.
Psycho bitch.
North Carolina.
But this other guy that dad's got.
They're gonna let this girl get out?
I think she's gonna get. I know. Like, how is that girl allowed to be out? Like.
Trying to fucking do something anybody she gets me.
That girl's
Why does
dangerous.
her bottom lip look like she got beat the fuck up? Is that why her bottom lip's like that?
She's dangerous. But this other person I'm gonna tell you about, this guy's dangerous too, bro. This guy's played in the NFL for 10 years, but back in the 80s, into the 90s, pretty much like most of the 90s, he made only $10 million, but that's still a good amount of money. He won a Super Bowl, and he's serving 30 years in jail. And he'll get out eventually, but this guy, bro, is a certified piece of shit, okay? This guy's got 9 kids, 8 different women, and a lot of his issues stem from those mistakes right there, because he was not paying his child support, and then he was having to pay back support, and that was a lot of money, and he was just having a hard time. And plus, he's a piece of shit too, because, bro, listen to this idiot. 1990. Arrested for soliciting a prostitute, but was acquitted. He was charged with assaulting his then girlfriend in 1995. Acquitted because the judge believed that the girlfriend was the aggressor and that Megan had used reasonable force. Hey, that happens in 1995. The judge, I bet you, thought a lot differently later on in the future years, that the girlfriend was the aggressor. You see a lot of privilege going on for this guy's life in the beginning. 1998, arrested in Toronto after authorities alleged he assaulted an escort worker after a 3-way. Following the incident, the Patriots gave him the boot. Later years, Meggett faced multiple legal and financial difficulties due to child support. He got a job that he should never have been allowed to have. He got a job at in North Carolina as a Parks and Rec director, but most of his salary was to go to child support. He resigned in 2006 after he was accused of sexually assaulting his former girlfriend. 2007, he was convicted of misdemeanor sexual battery in the case, but only received 2 years probation.
Wow.
2008, sexually assaulted 17-year-old. Prosecutors opt not to pursue the case due to their questions about her credibility. Because this guy's after like not well-off women. 2009, was arrested for raping and robbing a part-time student at College of Charleston. 2010, convicted of burglary and criminal sexual conduct and sentenced to 30 years in prison. That judge was like, that's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough.
Like, that's the second last one. You couldn't, like, maybe, like, look at his past?
19 years from the first charge to you're getting 30 years, buddy. Bro, you keep touching women like you're not allowed.
So messed up, bro.
This guy, you can't tell me this guy's gonna get out and be a good boy.
Yeah.
Earliest possible release is 2034, so it's still 10 more years. Don't trust this guy. Don't trust this guy. I swear to God, Dad has this guy's football card. Maybe multiple of them in this one. Yeah, because this guy played in '89. I know that deck that Dad has is a 90, 91. I'm pretty sure. So this guy was like a couple years in. He played for the Giants then.
Worth a good amount of money, eh?
I don't know. This guy was a bad guy. Okay, now those are the three like people I had just thought of like since yesterday to go over. But back to my list. There's a person on here I'm going to bring up, and I need you to watch what you say because we can't be getting booted off here. Okay? Because I already got one for bringing up Beagles and Anthony Fauci.
Michelle, is it?
And Anthony Fauci, huh? And
Not Michelle, is it?
no, okay? And I know that this guy is a piece of shit, but we have to watch that we say...
Oh, don't say things about it. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The person's signature needs to be on something if they did it.
Right.
But like
I'd say alleged, right?
Huh?
Alleged?
I believe in my opinion. But they got me on a medical one for Fauci, and it's because my only guess is that it's because Fauci's signature wasn't on the funding, but he was the head of the department that they did those experiments.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. His name's not on it, but the U.S. government is. Why can't I find all my names, right?
Yeah, who is this guy you're talking about?
I heard that David Duke, you know him? He's the leader of the KKK, or he might not be anymore.
Yeah.
He did a what do you call it? A podcast with the Hodge twins, I think. Pretty fucking funny. Why can't I find my list?
Is he converting to the other side now? You don't even remember who you were just about to say?
The person I was going to say is Bill Gates. He made Microsoft, and Microsoft it was super important for just to be where we are right now. but that guy,
I hate that guy.
I hate that guy. He owns the most farmland in the United States. Of all the people in the United States, he owns the most farmland in the United States.
Oh,
He
how old is
owns a seed bank. Okay, I know those things. You can look them up, Google. But his wife Melinda left him, and on her interview on 60 Minutes, I believe it was, she was not a fan of her husband's and Epstein's relationship. She was not a fan after she met Epstein one time. She was not a fan, and not a fan that Bill continued to be friends with him. But he is a piece of garbage.
I hate that motherfucker.
I hate Bill Gates.
Oh, God.
And I don't trust anything he does or says. He tries to be so virtuous about going and helping all these people in other countries. And I believe that his intention of helping comes at a cost. And sometimes that cost could be
human life.
Could be fatal. And I'm not a fan of his.
Piece of shit. Don't tell me how to be healthy when you look like that, you garbage fuck. Trying to tell the mass world how to be healthy.
I know, it doesn't make any sense.
Guy on the fucking shit and then telling it, oh, bro. A bunch of trees. He said don't plant trees. I watched him say it. I watched him say it, and then they're gonna tell us the cow parts are gonna destroy the world.
He sucks. Right, I feel like I accidentally deleted my list or something.
You're dumb.
Isn't that
I
crazy?
can go on about this idiot all day. I hate him.
I know. I hate Bill Gates. I don't trust him at all. Why was that guy telling us what we should do for COVID? Almost like he knew. Almost like he knew.
Yeah, bro. Almost like they held a fucking pandemic conference. Almost like it.
Almost like they prepped for it.
Yeah. Almost like they all got rich off it.
Yeah, like he made more money.
Right, all the way down to Doug Ford, brother, making money in fucking.
Oh man.
Doug Ford had a fucking company that fucking.
I might have mentioned. I might have mentioned in one of my episodes that. Probably in that one where I was going off on Anthony Fauci, because I saw that he was going to get a preemptive pardon, and there's no art for him, so he's not even on the list. Bill Gates at least has Microsoft to say that that's a good thing that he did, but he also tried to make it a monopoly and destroy every other company that tried to compete with Microsoft. And people hated him, so he bought up, I think, MSNBC back in the day so that they could get good press about him. I'm pretty baffled that I have lost all my names. I deleted like that note.
Pretty stupid of you.
Pretty stupid. I had a good amount of names on there.
Yeah, you were rattling them off yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, got it. We got Bill Gates. Mike Vick.
I don't think he was what he did wrong.
He grew up where fighting dogs is normal. I would never do it because
Me either.
that's crazy in my head. I could never do it or be there for that. I could never do that.
I don't think he should have got blackballed though.
But you know what's crazy is like he didn't. People hated him, but they let him play again.
Yeah, I guess he still played.
And he played at an elite level when he came back. But
didn't he have to take time off though?
Yeah, well, he went to jail.
Yeah, that's good. But that's illegal? Like,
fighting dogs, yeah.
Huh.
Like I don't want any part of that.
Me either, but
That's how like they grow up. When they grow up, like in certain areas, they do that.
I think cutting your dick off worse than dogs.
Fair. Hey,
That's legal.
that's facts.
That's legal right there.
Letting a minor cut their dick off is way worse than fighting dogs. Agreed?
Like that's the dumb, like, bro. People are doing way worse shit. It's just the last day I've heard people do way worse shit.
I'd love to take a poll. I'll put it at the top of my notes here. Love it. I need a poll of that. Is letting a minor cut off their dick
How long do you do in jail?
worse than what?
How long is Vic in jail?
I don't know, maybe 2 years or less. A year to 2 years, something like that.
I remember being a kid. When we were
Worse
talking.
than dog fighting. I'm gonna say I'm way more angry at the guy that lets a minor cut their dick off than
100%.
than the people that are fighting dogs.
Yeah, almost 2 years. You served 21 months.
So far, if yesterday and today, if I've named 10, 15, 20 names, Mike Vick is the person I could forgive the most. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Who you said? Chris Brown? I can forgive that. Can't pick which one. Mike Vick or Chris Brown. That's a tough one. John doesn't like dogs.
I'll go swing the complete opposite way, and I'll go with Jerry Sandusky. You know him?
I know the name.
Now this guy, this is he's under the evil category for sure.
We'll see. See what I think.
Someone should it's pretty crazy. His first thing says American convicted serial child molester
Oh Jesus!
and retired college football coach because he got caught. He's retired.
Jesus fuck, bro.
Hey, I'm real surprised that they've gotten Jeffrey Dahmer in jail, but they never got Jerry Sandusky. Because, yeah, you know what? In a way, this person, I like the people that get caught and they have to live their whole life. Like, they were on top of the world and now they have to live in jail. I like that. But they should definitely chemically castrate these people so their dick can't get hard. I think that's good punishment. That makes me smile. Like, you know, I have a hard time with like what's good justice. But if
I think killing is the best.
I like the long drawn out. If you could make them so that they can't get their dick hard for the rest of their life, I think that's pretty funny. And
Or cut off their legs or something. Let them go.
I know they're not going to do that. I'm going to try and be a little. I'm going to try and be a little more realistic. And I see places like Tennessee and Florida are down to like chemically castrate pedophiles.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of those Tennessee and Florida, they've chemically castrated pedophiles. And you know, I like that idea.
Make them blind too or something.
Yeah, I know. See, they're not going to
That'd be sick.
In other countries, they for sure are up for that. 100%. They're up for lots of those things. But in the United States and Canada, we can only hope for they can't get their dick hard. I'm pretty sure we could get the governments to be okay with that.
That'd be pretty funny. Or make them transition. I'm sure Canada would be down to do that.
It's almost like that. For a guy, it's doing that, like giving chemically castrating him, is pretty much giving him gender affirming care to make him a girl.
Oh. I like that.
Yeah, I don't. Hey, this guy, Jerry Sandusky. In 1977, he founded the Second Mile, a non-profit charity serving Pennsylvania's underprivileged and at-risk youth.
Oh, jeez.
2011, following a
People think like that.
so that's 1977. In 2011, following a 2-year grand jury investigation, Sandusky was arrested and charged with 52 counts of sexual abuse of young boys over a 15-year period. Bruh.
Like, how does someone brain like God made us?
He was charged with 52 counts, but then it ended up he was found guilty on 45 of the 48.
Insane.
Sentenced to 30 to 60 years in prison. So
Did he get killed there yet?
no, he's 80 years old. This guy, real evil piece of shit. This guy.
He's in jail still.
Yeah, yeah, I know. They didn't like. It's crazy that someone hasn't gotten rid of him because this guy is right up there with evil. Bro, he's got 6 kids. Because he has a wife like with 6, and he has 6 kids. This guy was doing all this like, bro. He was like just fucking these kids in the showers, bro. There's like a lot of guys that testified in court, like real fucked, bro, big football players that testified in court that this guy fucked them and shit when they were kids. Bro, this guy's a real evil piece of shit. But guess what? He coached Penn State. He coached Penn State football, and he was like a god to the Penn State football team. This guy was like a god, this coach. Real fucking evil piece of shit.
That's why I've heard Shane make jokes about him before.
That's why you've heard Shane Gillis make a bunch of jokes about him before. and Penn State. And Penn State.
Oh, God.
A real legend at Penn State, this guy.
People love that guy. That's fucked up.
Okay, well, how about...
I can't believe no one killed him in jail.
And me too. 80 years old, still alive. Okay, well, I'll try and choose someone here
I
that's...
would do it if I was in jail.
That's more questionable, because there's no question about that guy.
Wow, I can't believe that.
But he was a legend to so many for so long.
Did you say you're questioning it? Putting him in there?
No. Kanye West.
Oh, he never did anything bad to me. What did he do?
He told the truth.
Yeah, like he has no.
And people didn't like it. He told the truth and people didn't like it, and...
He has no charges, right?
He has no charges.
Just because he bashed his...
People just got mad at him. People are just mad at him.
Bro, there was no forgiveness to be given.
He's...
In my book. Put out an album. Stop putting out Jesus shit, bro.
He's funny.
Bro, he makes me laugh.
He makes me laugh. Him and Trump are... You watch them because you never know what they're gonna say. George Bush
doesn't like black people.
George Bush doesn't like black people is one of the most amazing things. That's how you know you have no control of this guy. If the guy's willing to do that, that's boss. First of all, because most people would never throw their risk of throwing their career away. They would never risk it. And Kanye West doesn't give a fuck. And that's rare, and people don't like it.
If he ever gets back on his meds, bro, he's dead. That's why all the news lines say he's off his meds, because they're just trying to fucking get him on his meds. They can kill him like someone else that killed.
Like a Michael Jackson or a Prince.
Yeah. So gay. It's all these idiots, all these guys are dying at 26. All these, like, there's a thing, right? Or all these rockers dying at 26 and stuff like. All these people that, like, how many of them were fucking
encouraged?
How many were fed these drugs?
I don't think I brought up this guy yesterday. Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons was a legend. And is the key word. He co-founded Def Jam Records. You know Def Jam Records?
Yeah. Okay, I recognize this guy.
Legend.
Okay. What about it?
he had to flee the United States. Net worth $340 million in 2011. Money's got inflated a lot. If you had 340 in 2011, it would be worth a lot more right now. But he was accused of sexual assault by multiple women. He stepped down from all the business roles and charities in Def Jam. And sexual harassment or assault accusations. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 women, and then for rape, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think
They're just accusations, though?
yeah, could all be lying. They could all be lying.
Straight up, I could accuse anybody.
Oprah Winfrey said she
But
believes
he
the
left
women,
the
eh?
country? What do you say about Oprah Winfrey? She's the devil, bro.
She, I'll put her on the list. She's one of the.
Yeah, she's the devil.
I actually do have another woman on. I do have a woman on the list. I didn't notice yesterday. I only have one woman on the list. I noticed, and it wasn't Oprah Winfrey, but I'll put Oprah Winfrey in there, because she was all about that John of God guy. She's got some other questionable things.
Yeah, I think she's evil, bro.
John of God. This guy was a raper, I'm pretty sure. And Oprah was all about him. He's like a psychic surgeon from Brazil.
Jesus Christ.
It says, no evidence that the benefits reported by patients are anything more than placebo effects. He's under house arrest due to COVID-19 pandemic. Criminal penalty. Bro. Hey, Oprah vouched for this guy, okay? This guy beats everybody on the list. This guy beats anybody I named on the list. 2018, this guy got, after 600 accusations of sexual abuse, he turned himself into police. The sentences add up to, guess how much the sentences add up to in years?
Better be like fucking 235 years.
Higher.
8.
489 years in jail this guy has. 489 years. You know how much raping you did to get that much time in jail? 600 accusations.
So fucked.
Oprah vouched for this guy. I had him on the show.
During the raping? Like at what point in his life? Is he on the show?
2010, I think. He didn't do 600 rapes from between 2010 and 2018. Like, he didn't just get popular.
He went to jail in 2018?
Yeah. Oprah deleted the interviews from her site and released a note stating she hopes justice will be served.
Yeah, I don't like her anyways. This is pretty criminal.
And why would you vouch for a guy who's just making shit up? pretending to heal people. You have to be fucking dumb as fuck.
Weirdo.
We got... We'll go back to back. Ellen.
Bro.
Okay, Ellen. I remember being a kid, and Ellen was a big deal. Okay.
I remember watching the Christmas episodes and stuff like that. Like, bro, Alan was the shit.
She was a big deal, like movie, TV show stuff. Back in the day, way back in the day. She was
in them.
Huh?
She was in them.
Yeah, she was an actress. And she was a comedian, like a straight up stand up comedian, like straight up like
she was a woman.
like Roseanne. No, like they're back during that time, like Roseanne, and
She wasn't funny.
yeah, like bro, she was different. She was different. But okay, so I think what she is now is a bitter woman.
A dragon.
She's one of the most bitter people, and that's why people don't like her. She's bitter because she hid that she was gay, like, for a long time, on the come up. It wasn't until she was popular that she hid it, and they didn't want her to be doing it, like in the show. They didn't like it, and she got a lot of backlash.
Way back then, especially.
Yeah. So she's bitter, like that. I think that's the issue.
Yeah, but bro, she's a Diddy goer.
She's got a bajillion fucking dollars, just an amount that nobody even needs. Yeah, nobody even needs that much money, and
all the money.
And she can't just say. I don't even know. Like, yeah, life was tough. Life was tough, huh?
Why did she leave the country?
I don't know. She's a bitter old woman now. I don't even know how old she is, but she's 66.
Stupid, fuck her.
And she is a... Did you see? I saw some of her stupid... She put a stand-up...
She had Diddy on and Justin on as a kid and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. She she knew what was going on.
100%, don't fuck with her.
I believe she knew fucking what was going on with Diddy, and she's not a nice person. I think because people were not nice to her when she was younger, she's not nice to people. So I don't enjoy her attitude, or I don't enjoy her.
Yeah, then just fuck off and don't be on TV. Don't be in the
I agree.
limelight.
You got all the money, you don't gotta be... She's a snarky, rude person.
This is the only woman? What about Whoopi Goldberg? People love her.
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg, eh? But, like, I can remember I seen, like, that she was a different person. I heard someone say that Whoopi Goldberg used to be dating, see, like, you're not gonna know this, but this guy, Ted Danson is this guy's name that she used to date, and he was an actor, like a popular actor, on a show that Mom and Dad would probably like Cheers, I think it was called. And let me see what time we're rocking. And I heard a story.
I recognize him.
Okay, I heard a story of like Whoopi Goldberg was a comedian too, like a straight up stand up comedian as well, and she like was a writer, and she had Ted Danson go up one night dressed in blackface and wrote his shit and had him saying the N-word and stuff. And I'm like, damn, yo, that's savage. That's a whole different type of personality that, like, is not the person that she portrays to be now. She's brutal. That's brutal. Wild. She, like, a wild woman back in the day. And I can remember just, like, the acting and stuff, but, who knows what the money does to these people's heads. Mm-hmm. But, like, she was different, like, when she was younger. The Sister Act, bro. She was an actress. She was breaking barriers. She was a main lead black actress. Popular. turned into what she is now. Okay, I got like 15 minutes for sure at least left. Ooh, I haven't mentioned this guy. Harvey Weinstein. I've heard some people have an argument.
He's gonna make another movie and it's gonna be a killer.
No, I've heard an argument that he helped a lot of people out.
Okay.
Like he did a lot of bad stuff.
But he did a lot of good stuff, you're saying, too.
He has 3 rape counts for a total of 16 years in prison.
Alright, and tell me what good stuff he did to cancel it there.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you cancel them. I'm not saying there's no canceling of them. He made a lot of actors and actresses famous. A lot of those girls that slept with him got good jobs and got...
You're saying it was worth it?
Prominent roles. I don't know. Have you seen...
I would have done it.
Have you seen there's award show videos of women standing up in the audience fucking clapping for this fat fuck. For Harvey Weinstein. When he gets like, the award goes to Harvey Weinstein. And the women are fucking just standing up loving him that have gotten jobs from him.
I'd let him fuck my butt. Is he rich?
He can make you rich.
Makes me rich. Yeah, he's a bad man, eh?
He's a bad guy. He's not the only one. It's just like Diddy, where I'll fuck your butt and you can become the next great. You can become the next great fucking singer. I can help you become the next great singer if you let me fuck your butt. And then guess what?
You want to sell albums?
Guess what? Now it's on video and you didn't know. And now if you want to say anything, your career's over. So now you're gonna sign this cheap ass contract with me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dirty blackmail game. So many.
Every level of everything.
So Harvey Weinstein, I didn't hear any blackmail things. I heard that he was just saying some girls took it as non-consensual. But I bet you he fucked a bunch of those fucking actresses that were in his movies. If you just go back and look at all his movies, some of them didn't say shit because they were happy with their roles.
They knew their role.
Louis C.K., at least he was like, hey, I'm just going to jerk off. Can you just sit there and watch?
Please.
He didn't do any. He didn't like do anything to them. Except maybe it was visually disturbing. But weird.
Does he have a hammer?
I don't know. I didn't hear any of them say that.
If it wasn't a hammer, then you'd be like, oh. Wouldn't want to see it, right?
But he doesn't get the pass, and he gets... It's crazy, though. I thought he might have the power to be able to get out. This other guy, you don't know him.
That's a wild one.
This other guy's in the same line of work, and he is a really interesting one. This guy is a fugitive of the United States because if he comes back here, he's getting arrested and going to jail. He's 91 years old. This guy right here, his ex-wife was killed by the people that were part of Charles Manson's crew. That murder that like Charles Manson went to jail for,
Okay.
that happened at this guy's house to his ex-wife. He wasn't in town. And they went into that house and mucked her and the people in there.
Why?
That's a very, very, very long rabbit hole to go down. And the book, I don't know if you watched any Candace, but the book Chaos is and George, he's been on Joe Rogan. He's been on, I don't know if he's been on Matt and Shane's, but he's been on Matt's brother's podcast, Tom O'Neill, the guy who wrote the book Chaos, spent like 20 years writing that book. And MK Ultra pretty much he doesn't come to any conclusion, but it shows like how many people throughout the whole thing are connected to the guy who ran MK Ultra.
But why his family? No,
It's
why
kind
that,
of it's
why that 91-year-old family?
possibly there's a multiple possible reasons. That's the kind of the issue. There's so much unconclusive. They had been near there recently. Rich neighborhood, okay, like real rich neighborhood. There's someone else lived there before that they might have been there's a wild one, bro. There's a wild one that Charles Manson was a singer. There's a song, there's music out there you can hear of Charles Manson before that any of that happened. And like a country type of, that kind of vibe back then, right? And he was supposed to get a deal or something with, like, I don't know if it's like someone that knew the Beatles or managed the Beatles or something like that, was like, this guy was gonna get a deal, didn't get a deal, like Charles Manson was pissed that he didn't get a deal, and that's why he sent those people up, because that's where that guy used to live before this guy, before Roman Polanski. That's a possible one that I've heard. I've heard random satanic people just doing it at random. I don't really believe that one, but that's the main idea. Is it just a random satanic cult of people went and just randomly attacked?
That's what they put on the news, right?
Yeah. But Charles Manson was arrested a bajillion times in his life and always let back out. Because they believe people like he was in the same area where they were doing the acid, like dosing people with acid back then. And so that's why he could be real fucked up, right? Because if he's been dosed with high doses of acid a ton of times and let back out of jail.
They did that here.
I know. So like, yeah, there's tons of, it's a long road, Charles Manson. But this guy where it happened, that house, he 1977, arrested for drugging and raping a 13-year-old girl. Pled guilty to the lesser charge of unlawful sex with a minor in exchange for a probation-only sentence.
Jesus fuck, man.
Hey, that's fucking 1977. The night before his sentencing hearing in 78, he learned the judge would likely reject the plea bargain, so he fled the U.S. to Europe, where he continued his career. Remains a fugitive from the U.S. justice system. Okay? Isn't it fucked up that the United States would never, because they are like in NATO, they're in the UN, they would never say, hey, we want this fucking guy back. He raped a fucking 13-year-old and left the country.
That's so fucked.
But maybe it's because born to Polish Jewish parents. Maybe.
It's definitely up there on the scale of possibilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Untouchables, they call them, right?
The Untouchables. This guy, though, like, is a pretty famous person that...
The Stone.
91, yeah. He has citizenship in Poland and France. Weird that they don't want him. They want, like, nobody wants to prosecute this guy. Fucking guy said I did it. He pled guilty.
So,
Rules for thee and not for me. Larry Nasser, you know him?
mm-hmm.
That guy's a piece of fucking garbage.
Made a good team, though.
Guess what? That's what they would say about Jerry Sandusky.
There's things that these coaches just fuck out there.
So wild. So wild, these people. Kevin Spacey. I don't know if I said him yesterday, but he was one of the biggest actors like ever.
Yeah, I forget what I've seen him in.
Horrible Bosses. He's the boss.
Yeah, true.
Is that the movie you've seen? Yeah. He's in so many, but I knew that could possibly be the movie.
Both of those.
He's the House of Cards guy. He's the main guy.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Real good.
Yeah, right.
It is. I guess I got this one special one there. The DJ Khaled one. He's made so many great songs. He's brought so many great artists together. So many of the classic remixes, you know what I mean? Like anthems, like We Taken Over, like he's made anthems. Like they're songs.
Yeah, he's him.
They're songs for fights, for like fighters to come out boxing, UFC, whatever.
Movies.
Yeah, he's got, but he doesn't say anything for his Palestinian people. He doesn't say anything for the Palestinians. He's the most popular Palestinian on earth.
He's American now.
And he's pretty quiet about it. Bilal Muhammad went on Jake Shields and talked about them.
He fucking sings the flag and stuff.
Yeah, he's the second most popular Palestinian, probably, right?
That we know. Yeah,
I can't, I mean, that we would probably know, I think. It's pretty hard for any of them to get out and do anything in the past decades. In order to be a Palestinian that's like been able to do anything in the world, you had to have been able to get out of there 20 years ago. Other than that, you're stuck there. You're not allowed to have an airport. You're stuck. You're occupied by Israel. But DJ Khaled won't say anything about it for some reason. Shouldn't he be putting music together? Shouldn't he be putting something together? An anthem for his people?
I want to fuck over his money and his kids and stuff.
Like, it's pretty crazy that you can't be like, oh, I got enough money. I got that fuck you money. He's got to have that fuck you money to be like, yo, Drake, tell your people to free my people.
He's so funny if that happens.
Imagine if Drake said he was a black Israelite.
Oh, that'd be funny as fuck.
My people were here first. Which ones?
Yeah, Jew means, like, that's what Jew means. I looked it up. It's just like it has something to do with them fucking...
Owners of Israel? Owners of Jerusalem?
Being the first, being them, being the people who come from that spot where Jesus would do shit, pretty much. That sums it up.
Jesus of Nazareth? Nazareth?
That guy. But if Dan was saying those things from the Talmud were right, then why would they have anything to do with Jesus?
There's a lot of questions.
I'm confused a lot. Oh, buddy, this is Bill Gates gets to me, bro. I can't stop thinking about him.
I don't like Bill Gates. He owns the most farmland.
Doesn't he have this? Isn't he part of that appeal thing?
Yeah,
Fucking scumbag.
I think maybe even McDonald's fries.
Yeah, something like that. Allegedly.
His next game plan is to produce food. That's the I swear that's the plan. He wants to produce food. He's going to be in control of the food. Robert Kennedy has to stop that.
No.
Do not allow Bill Gates to have control of food production. That's scary to me. I don't trust Bill Gates.
Make all the stuff he's about to use illegal.
He has nuclear plants. He's building nuclear plants so that he can power his own AI. This guy, what he's up to is total control. He is, I don't know if you ever seen Pinky and the Brain when you were young. He is trying to take over the world. This guy is low-key preparing for the future.
Does he have kids?
He's got a daughter, I think. And it's real funny because she's like, she's not, I don't even know, normal's not the word, but she's more regular than, she's like, you would expect her to be the most privileged. She is these things like that you would think, like the privilege, but I think that she wanted to try and be normal and like go to school and stuff, like, and I think she doesn't like that nobody likes her dad. I think I like, you know what I mean, like I think about this for these people like Trudeau's kids, bro. That's brutal. That arenas can be like fuck Trudeau. Arenas can be like that. That's brutal that you have to go to school and your people at school can show you on their phone, look at fucking this, like fucking the whole arena chanting fuck your dad. That's crazy shit. But
amazing.
So these people can, they could go on to social media. These kids can go on social media. That's what my thing was with Kim Kardashian. Wait till fucking they grow up. Wait till that fucking Bobby Altoff girls fucking kids grow up and see the fucking why did mom and dad get divorced? Fucking they can go on the internet and watch. Oh, this is when fucking she started fucking her internet career, and not long after mom and dad got divorced because she did interviews with black guys fucking saying fucking am I your type? Like, bruh, like how embarrassing. That's brutal to be doing that kind of stuff, and your kids are gonna grow up and like that's what they get to see.
They get to watch your whole life.
Yeah, and that stuff is brutal. Bro, Hunter Biden, like that sucks that his kids are gonna grow up and see all this shit about him. Jared Klickstein, you know who that guy is?
No.
He was on Matt and Shane's Secret podcast not long ago, and then I seen him on someone else's, and then he was on Matt McCusker's Brothers, and it's crazy because he was an addict. He wrote a book, okay? And he was an addict, like Skid Row, over 10 years ago, but for years, like doing like crack, heroin, meth, accidentally